Hey, folks, welcome. It's Peter Catalano again. Welcome to the interview. And today, David Scarbrough is with us. And why am I excited about this? I'm excited because I'm a Mac user and I've been a Mac user for years. And I got my Mac Mini and I have an old, used to have an old 17-inch MacBook Pro. I got a couple 13 inches, got 11-inch Air. I got my Mac Moz, my EarPod. I'm a Mac guy. I can't tell you how many iPhones we've gone through in the household. And recently, in all the networking and all the connections that I made, I met this guy who specializes in Macintosh right here in Houston. And I'm excited about this. So David, thank you for joining the interview today. This is so awesome.
Thank you.
Well, my pleasure. Listen, I want to get into what you have available because I know you have it's Christmas and you have product availability that a lot of places don't. But before we get into that, kind of structure of the interview here, tell us a little bit about you. Who are you, and you're Houstonian, and just a little of your background.
Yeah, so David Scarbrough. I live here in Houston, Texas. I grew up here. As a matter of fact, after living in several places around the country, I'm back in the old neighborhood I grew up in. We're over here in the Spring Branch Memorial area of Houston, and I went to high school just 2 miles away from here at Springwoods High School back in the olden days in the 70s. And so I'm back in my old stomping grounds. But we are,
That's great.
I'm married 25 years, have a son. He's 21. He's about to graduate University of Houston. My wife and I are both U of H graduates. So we're Houston people. We started a business in Houston. We're big about buying local and supporting local businesses whenever we can. And, so we want to be part of the community that we live in. We sponsor, school projects and, 5K charity races and things like that. So we're pretty involved in the community, and we love living and working here in the western part of the city of Houston.
That's so awesome. It's good. It's so wonderful to meet Houstonians. I admit I'm a transplant. At least I got here from Austin as quick as I could. So that's a good news. So listen, I mentioned earlier, I'm excited. You're at an all Mac store. So how'd you get into all Macs? I mean, what's a brief little story about why all Macintosh? I mean, shouldn't you be doing PCs,
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So my background, my professional background, after I got out of college was in photography and then in graphic design. So I was a photojournalist for a lot of years for the Associated Press and for the Houston Post and freelancing here and there. And then in the late 90s, I also got into graphic design and then this thing called web design. And so a lot of the graphics professionals use Apple computers. It's probably one of the biggest market share percentages for graphics people in the Apple is way up there. They have a lot of software, the Adobe suite and everything that was originally developed on the Mac. And so, there's just a lot of reasons graphics and, photographers and other visual artists use Macs. And so after the Houston Post closed, I hung up my own shingle and was doing photography and graphic design and web design. And then I got an interview to do a webmastering job with a outsourced company that was working for a Fortune 500 company. And long story short, I got hired by that Fortune 500 company to do their entire web development starting in the late 90s in year 2000. And I did that for 16 years. So my background, I have a lot of experience with corporate America, doing intranets and extranets and internet, managed system, content managed systems and things like that. And then when I got out of that, we were looking for a business opportunity and we saw this franchise, Experimax, and we decided it was a good fit, with all the experiences that I have, all the people I know in town in the graphics world. We can cater to them. We have the full range of products, but we like catering to the higher end users that have high demands. And so all the Experimax franchises tend to take the personality of their owners. And so we're known as one that photographers, graphic designers, sound engineers, churches with their worship systems that use a lot of sophisticated equipment, they know they can come to us and get good prices on quality products and the expertise to back it up. And so that's kind of our niche, is that graphics, the creative professionals, but we also cater to every other Mac type of user too, legal, schools, education, things like that.
I get it. So background is you started on the AP side, you start photography side, you use a lot of the Mac in your building, you decided to go ahead and buy the franchise. So you gave me a lot of great information there. Tell us a bit about now what you really have available for the consumer. I know we talked a few minutes ago about product availability. I understand with supply chain issues, even the Mac stores and the Best Buys are having a hard time getting product out there. And I have to tell you, so I think used and I think concern, right? So you say used and you're like, look, I got the same warranty. So short and sweet here. First of all, let's address this used issue. Can somebody get a used quality Mac out in the marketplace out there?
Right.
Well, from you.
We don't, really use the word used or refurbished. We use certified pre-owned. And so we have a certification process, about 25 points that we go over on every device that we get in, be it a phone, a computer, a tablet. We have a pretty rigorous, we reject a lot of the stuff that comes through our door for sale. Things have to be unlocked. They have to be untethered. They can't have any kind of water damage. We don't buy things that are broken and then fix them and sell them like some shops do. The other thing is we offer a 1-year warranty on everything we sell. It's the same warranty you get if you go buy a new computer. And then we also offer an extended warranty that can cover even damage. Like if you drop the laptop or the phone, we have an extended warranty that you can buy that covers that. If you think of, we call it Max Care and Max Care Plus, which is a kind of the equivalent of Apple Care and Apple Care Plus.
Interesting.
And so we remove all those barriers and we can save people a ton of money. A lot of people, are kind of scared away by the price. It's hard to go into an Apple store and buy a computer for under $1,100. I mean, that's the entry level computer. And we can often say people, I've got MacBook Airs that run supported software we sell for $300.
Really? So 11-inch
so
Air, 13-inch Air, what are we talking here?
So
2009?
2013, 2014, they run Catalano or Big Sur, which is supported It's not the latest operating system, but it's a supported operating system. By supported, I mean Apple's putting out security updates for it, and there's no software that won't run on it. So, we also have the newer stuff too. I have 2020 models in stock of Airs and Pros and some iMacs and things like that. So we've got the newer stuff. So, we always like to say we even have a bigger selection than the Apple store because we can sell you the very current stuff. If you're on a budget, a really tight budget, or you're looking for your 12-year-old's first computer, you get them this $300 Air. It lasts them a couple, 3 years, find out what they're into, and then you can parlay that into something newer down the road. So, we can get you your value proposition, and we can get you over the Apple sticker shock, or what we call the Apple tax going in, So even if it's one of the newer models, you're going to save at least $200-300 off of comparable one new if I have it in stock. And right now, we've got great inventory on MacBook Pros, on iPads, on Airs, and you can't find them in the stores. You go to the Apple store right now, and they're quoting January, February delivery for an iPad. So if somebody wants to put an iPad under the tree, I have grade A, new looking iPads. We starting at $259. That are very current. They run all the current software.
Wow. So really certified refurbished, certified pre-owned almost like a car. You got your certified pre-owned, and then you got your used car. So you're in the certified market. You guys are making sure that this is high quality, and you're backing it up.
Yep.
Something happens now, we're coming into Christmas time, and you're saying, hey, if you want something under the tree, let's talk about what everybody's going to ask. What if they want to return it? The big return policy. Do you allow that? Do you allow a exchange? What happens if they don't like the iPad?
We always allow an exchange. If somebody didn't get what they wanted, our normal return policy is within 1 week. We do extend that around Christmas time. If something just, maybe some aunt or uncle bought them a new iPad and they just want to bring it back. So we take care of our customers. If you look at our reviews on Facebook and on Google, particularly on Google, we have like over 300. Total, I think we have over 700 reviews between all the social medias, and they're overwhelmingly 5 stars. And we're most known for how we take care of our customers. So we're never going to leave anybody out in the lurch. We ask you to work with us. If you bought it like 1st of December and want to bring it back 1st of January, maybe we'll work a trade-in or something like that, or store credit. But push comes to shove, we'll do a refund if it's something that that just didn't work out for the customer. We don't want anybody to have a bad taste in their mouth. And we understand Christmas with gift giving, it's a little bit different animal than buying it, say in July or something.
Sure. And now, are you only working with people local here in Houston, or are you nationwide? Do you have a territory that you guys stay within?
there's Experimaxes all over the country and all over the world. We're in Australia and France and South America and Mexico, but we do sell, you can go onto our website, find our West Houston location, and actually see our inventory. We don't have an e-commerce shop. You can't like add it to a shopping cart and pay for it, but you can see what we have in stock, call and ask about it. If we need it shipped out of state or out of town, we can do that.
Okay, great. So you'll handle that as well. So real quick, and we only have a couple minutes here because I try to keep this under 15. So real short and sweet, what's somebody need to look for when they're buying a used Mac? Let's say they're, like you said, general computer for school, starting off, the child's in high school.
Right. So we live in a pretty interesting time in that regard. So that's a really good question. So for students, you can get these inexpensive Macs because most of what they're doing is on Google Docs. And so it's all done online. So they don't need a ton of storage. They don't even require a lot of RAM. So these 4 gig, 128 gig, 4 gig RAM, 128 gig storage, the ones we sell for $299 are perfect examples, particularly if you're considering like a Chromebook. This is a ton better than a
much
Chromebook,
more,
right?
much more.
Computer,
Yeah, I get it.
Not everything running through a browser.
Right.
So, for about the same price as a Chromebook, I can get you into what I call a real computer. So from that regard, but the other thing, just looking for use, look at the company, look at what they're backing it up. We're happy to pop the bottom off of things to show that there's no corrosion or liquid damage. And we, like I said, we give a 1-year warranty on everything we sell. And that generally gives people the peace of mind. And plus, then you can only work on your reputation. So if you go on the only bad reviews we've ever gotten were people that were upset about our mask policy during COVID,
Yeah.
But
those are gonna be bad reviews no matter what.
But we take care of our people. We take, I have an obligation to my employees and my family and my customers, and we were able to stay open even during the lockdown. We were able to stay open because we were considered an essential business in the IT and communication categories. And so we were able to help people. A lot of people had to get devices at good prices because they were working and schooling from home and they hadn't done that before. So in 2020, we were having people come in buying computers 3 at a time for their kids to school from home. So we were happy to help out in that regard. We didn't price gouge. We gave people good values for their money. And again, all I can say is don't listen to me. Listen to what other people are saying. Go look at our reviews.
All right. Well, David, this has been fantastic.
That's just real quick. We even buy it from you. So if you have some Apple technology you want to sell, we'll cut a check for you right away. So there's not too many people that you can bring your used tech to and sell it, and we do that. That's a big part of how we get our inventory. So we're very aggressive in that.
All right, I love it. Well, David, we're out of time on this one for today's interview. So how do people get a hold of you?
So we're on Facebook. We have a website, experimax.com, experimax.com, and then you can put in your zip code and find us. We're called Experimax West Houston. We're on the Katy Freeway between Bunker Hill and Gessner, across from Memorial City Mall. Real easy to get to. We're actually right smack dab in the middle of the city of Houston. It's the geographic center of Houston is where we are.
And you have a phone number people can reach you directly?
Yeah, we're at 832-426-4337 is our phone number.
All right. Well, David, I thank you for your time here today. I'm going to get this cut up, and there's no editing, as people know on my video. So we'll get this out so people know that they've got a great Macintosh Apple alternative to get under the tree. Thank you for your time here today, David. My pleasure.